3:47 a.m. The secure line buzzes on the nightstand. Not a ring, a vibration built to wake you without waking the entire residence. You're alert before your eyes fully open. Years of training do that. You pick up on the second pulse. "Sir, we need you in the situation room, now." You don't ask questions over the line. You never do. You're dressed in under 5 minutes, a discipline from your military years that survived long after the uniform came off and the responsibility grew heavier than any rank ever prepared you for. The walk from the residence to the West Wing takes less than 2 minutes. Your national security advisor is already beside you, briefing you mid-stride, papers in hand, though he barely glances at them. Unscheduled naval movement, South China Sea. 3 vessels, no flight plan, no communication. Fleet Command needs your call within the hour. An hour. You've handled bigger decisions in less. The Situation Room is already alive when you enter, screens glowing with satellite feeds, thermal maps, live video from commanders stationed on 3 continents. Nobody stands anymore when you walk in. That formality faded years ago, replaced by something more valuable, everyone already working before you take your seat. "Give me the options," you say. Nothing more is needed. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs lays out 3 paths: diplomatic pressure through back channels, a visible show of force from the 7th Fleet, or restraint, watching to see if this is a test or the beginning of something larger. Every option in this room carries a name, a career, a family somewhere waiting for someone to come home. Every decision in this room has a pulse on the other end of it. You choose the middle path. Reposition assets, no engagement, open a direct channel to your counterpart overseas before sunrise. Not aggression, not weakness, the narrow line you've learned to walk without hesitation. By 6:30 a.m., the situation stabilizes, or stabilizes enough for now. Your coffee sits untouched, cold, forgotten the moment it was poured. There's no time to notice. The next folder is already sliding across the table. This one is different. Quieter, but heavier in its own way. A request from a governor for federal support after unrest spreads faster than local authorities can contain. No satellites here, no destroyers. Just people, cameras, and consequences that will follow real families long after this morning ends. You read the request twice, then ask the questions nobody expected. About the terrain, about the commanders on the ground, about what happens if this decision unravels at 2 a.m. with no one watching. This is the part no academy, no war college prepares you for. Combat decisions come with doctrine, decades of precedent, playbooks written by people who came before you. This one is just you, a phone, and the understanding that whatever you decide becomes someone else's entire world by morning. You make the call. You always do. The job was never about eliminating doubt. It's about refusing to let doubt become paralysis. By noon, a different kind of pressure arrives. A proposal for a new weapons system lands on your desk, its price tag larger than the GDP of several nations combined. The generals want it approved. The budget office quietly objects. You sit with both sides longer than anyone in the room expects, because this decision doesn't end today. It echoes for 30 years, into conflicts you'll never witness, and negotiations you won't live to see resolved. Late afternoon finds you somewhere unscheduled. A hangar, a base you weren't due to visit until next quarter. Word travels fast when the commander-in-chief shows up unannounced. A young airman, barely into her 20s, salutes you with a hand that trembles slightly. Cold or nerves? You can't tell which. You return the salute exactly as you were taught decades ago, before rooms full of screens and voices demanding decisions, and for a single second, the entire machinery of command disappears. Just 2 people in a hangar. One of them carrying more weight than the other will ever fully understand. Evening settles in. Tomorrow's briefing book is already stacked 3 inches high on your desk. Somewhere inside it waits another version of this morning, another 3:47 a.m. call, another set of impossible options, another name attached to another decision that will outlive you. You pause at the window instead of opening the next folder immediately. The city lights continue exactly as they always do, indifferent to what almost happened today, unaware how close some mornings come to becoming the kind of history no one wants to relive. Then you open the folder anyway, because tomorrow begins before sunrise, whether you feel ready or not.